friend, welcome back. In my previous video, I discussed about how all the modes of life processes, how all kind of life processes are interlinked to each other. Okay, how all are related to each other. Now, today in this video, we will discuss briefly about nutrition. I mean to say one by one, now we will discuss about all the kinds of life processes which we discussed in my previous video. So first was nutrition that we will discuss today. I told before also that nutrition is all about food. Okay, food is very essential for performing several activities, because with the help of food we get energy, and that energy we utilize for performing different activities. I told before that if a person is on fast for 1 day or 2 days, then they get weaker and weaker after few while. Okay, so what happens? A person, they are unable to think also. They are unable to walk properly, they are unable to sleep, because in sleeping also you require energy, in thinking also you require energy. So that's why energy is very essential for all the organisms present on this earth, whether that is microorganisms, plants and animals. Plants also, they also prepare their food, so that's why they also need energy. So if a gardener doesn't water or doesn't provide essential fertilizers to the plants, then what happens? They generally dry after some time. So plants also die. So for the sustenance, for the survival, food is very essential for all the organisms. So now let's discuss about nutrition. Nutrition is the process of taking food and its utilization for the production of energy. What we have to read in this topic? Intake of food absorption of nutrients and utilization of food. Intake of food, it means how food is taken inside the body. So the different organisms have different modes of intaking food. Okay, like butterflies, they use their suckers, and human beings, they have a mouth, and plants, they have some vascular bundles, okay, for taking food. So food is taken in different mode in different organisms, and then that food in different organisms, so many enzymes and digestive juices act upon that food, that complex food material, and it helps that complex food material to get converted into simpler form. Okay, that complex food is broken down into simpler form by the help of digestive juices and different enzymes present in the body. So as that food is converted into simpler form, then body, what it does, it absorbs the important nutrients. Now what is nutrients? In your junior class you have read about nutrients. That nutrient is the very important component present in the food, and that is generally responsible for the growth of living body. So that's why nutrients are very beneficial. You must have read about carbohydrates, about minerals, proteins, vitamins and all, roughage and water. Water is also a very important nutrients. So what happens, that nutrients are generally absorbed, okay, and then that nutrients is utilized, that is transported through several modes to different parts of the body, and that is generally used for the performance of different activities. Now, as we discussed what is nutrition, the process of taking food and its utilization for the production of energy is said to be as nutrients. Now we will discuss about the modes of nutrition. Yesterday I told you, or in my first video I think so, that I told that there are generally two modes of nutrition: autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Modes of nutrition. First is autotrophic nutrition. Second is heterotrophic nutrition. I think so that it has given, I gave some basic idea also about autotrophic nutrition. But if not, then I am here to, no need to worry. Auto itself means self. Self means the organisms or the mode of nutrition in which food is synthesized by themselves is said to be as autotrophic nutrition. The organisms who they prepare their food themselves are coming in the category of autotrophic nutrition, while in heterotrophic nutrition what happens? Depending upon others. Hetero means depending upon others. So the mode of nutrition in which organisms are depending upon other sources are said to be as heterotrophic nutrition. Generally green plants are coming in the category of autotrophic nutrition. And in heterotrophic nutrition, all animals, including microorganisms, all animals come in the category of heterotrophic nutrition. So here auto means self and hetero means others. Now in brief we will discuss about autotrophic and heterotrophic. So when we talk about autotrophic, it is of generally two types. Autotrophic nutrition is generally of two types: photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. Okay. What I told, that autotroph nutrition are such mode of nutrition in which food is prepared themselves. Okay. You must have one question that, Miss, why animals or human beings are coming in the category of heterotrophic nutrition? Because what happens, my dear child, that autotrophic nutrition, green plants, they are using simple organic substances from the environment. They are not dependent upon any other thing. But we, human beings, directly they are dependent upon plants or animals for their food. Vegetarian, they are either they are taking vegetables or fruits, and non-vegetarian, they are taking meat, flesh. So they are dependent upon plants and animals. I mean to say, they are dependent upon others for their food. So that's why human beings come in the category of heterotrophic nutrition. So autotrophic nutrition is generally of two types: photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. So here what photosynthetic means? Photo means light. Light means the food which is synthesized in the presence of light is said to be as photosynthetic. You must have read in your junior class about photosynthesis. Okay, plants prepare their food in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, and they are preparing food for themselves. Okay. Similarly, in chemosynthetic, chemo means chemical. Okay. So, the food which is synthesized in the presence of chemical is said to be as a chemosynthetic. So, there is a question that which organism is preparing their food in the presence of chemical. Okay. So, in that category, what happens? There are some bacteria present inside the soil. Sulfur is there, or some simpler form of bacteria is there. What they do? They take the chemicals which is secreted by the decomposition of dead plants and animals. Okay. The chemical which is secreted from there, that chemical they are utilizing for the production of their food, for synthesizing their food. So in photosynthesis we can tell green plants, and in chemosynthetic we can say bacteria. Generally we can take bacteria. So autotrophic must be clear to you all that organisms are dependent upon, organisms, they prepare their food by using simple inorganic substances from the surrounding. Okay, that is of two types, photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. Now next is heterotrophic. Heterotrophic is of three types. What are those? Saprophytes, then parasites, and then holozoic. Here, saprophyte, sapro means dead. It means that the organisms who they are dependent upon, or they derive their food from dead and decaying organic matter, is said to be as saprophytes. Example, there are microorganisms, there are some animals also like wolf and all. They are dependent upon dead and decaying organic matter for the food. Is said to be as saprophytes. We can say microorganisms, microbes. Next is parasites. What is parasites? Parasites are such organisms who they either live inside or outside the body of other organism. I mean to say they are living, actually they are living there. They are living inside a body of other organism or outside the body of other organism for deriving their food. For example, you must have heard somewhere that there is a big worm inside the stomach residing, and then they are just creating some kind of problem. For example, we can say there is a malarial parasite, Plasmodium. Plasmodium. Okay. So what happens, that Plasmodium somehow it enters inside the body, and what it does, it generally take food from there, and they are just making us weaker. So we are facing problem whenever such kind of parasites enter inside the body. Or we can take lice inside the hairs. They are sucking blood from there. So for their food, either that organisms are living inside the body or outside the body, and those organisms come in the category of parasites. They are said to be as parasitic organism or parasites. Next is holozoic mode of nutrition. In this, what happens? Complex food are taken and converted into simpler forms. Just now I discussed about, generally human beings come in this category. Human beings come in the category of holozoic mode of nutrition because they take complex food materials. Either they will eat rice or dal, or they will eat one apple, guava and all. And that complex food, by the action of so many digestive enzymes and juices, what happens? That complex food is slowly and gradually broken down into simpler forms, and from there energy or nutrients are being absorbed. So human beings come in the category of holozoic nutrition. Complex food breaks into simpler forms. So such mode of nutrition is said to be as holozoic nutrition. Now I hope so that these two terms are very clear to you all. What is nutrition first of all, then what are the modes of nutrition, and what are the different categories of autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. So for this video I will just pause here, and in my next video I will come with a brief discussion of modes of nutrition in plants. Okay, how they are preparing food by the process of photosynthesis, and then we will discuss about modes of nutrition in amoeba, a unicellular organism. Then we will go to the nutrition in human beings. That's all. Thank you for today.